Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Talk Travel to Me Thursdays. I'm your host, or hostess, shall I say, Zandra Sexton Holmes. And I want to say it feels so good being back with you. As y'all know, we started this series the beginning of 2024. I was going strong January, February, March, April, May. And then after May, life took a full, like, upside down cycle for me. So you might be wondering, like, girl, what happened? Well, listen, I'm so glad you asked. Now, before I spill the tea and tell y'all what I had going on in my life, what I want you to do for me is I want you to let me know that you're here, okay? You can do that by hashtagging where you from. So you know I got a saying, rep your city, but only if you ain't scared, okay? And then let me know, like, what are you expecting from me, right? So that I know that I'm bringing value to you, okay? So in the comments, start dropping them. And oh my goodness, I already got one comment. Okay, so we have Gwen, who is in Pine View, Georgia. So welcome, Gwen. Thank you for being on with us tonight. And others, if you do not catch this on replay, or shall I say, if you don't catch it on live, you'll have the opportunity to catch it on replay. So, what I want you to do me a huge favor. If you catch this on replay, hashtag replay. That lets me know that number one, you watched it. And then number two, if you have any questions, any comments, I'm able to go back and look at those. And I respond to every single question or comment. Okay. So please do me that huge favor. And the ones that are on here and I can see you, invite your friends, your travel buddies, your family members, maybe even those, the ones who you want to get them to start traveling, but they may be a little bit apprehensive. They might be a little nervous, a little anxious, right? Invite them in. This is streaming in 3 locations. Yes, y'all. Can y'all believe it? Your girl is getting better with tech. It's streaming on the business page on Facebook. So whoop whoop to Facebook. It's also streaming on YouTube. And then it should also be streaming on my personal page, which is Zandra. Okay. So when you come in, say, hey, sis, hey, give me some encouragement. It's been a long time. Okay. So, I'm a little nervous. Not really. I'm not really nervous. I'm just playing with y'all. Okay. So let me let y'all know what I had going through because I'll be sharing more about my story. So when May ended, I had a son who graduated. Yay, DJ. So he graduated from high school. And then after that, I had to transition him, prepare him for his next stage, which was college. So on top of that, we had all these books and vacations on the schedule. Who can relate, right? When you have a busy schedule, you're a multitasker, you're kind of pulled in every type of direction. That was me. So we had the group cruise that was happening at the end of June. It was phenomenal. Okay. Our next group cruise, if you want to be on the inside, make sure you get on our email list because we share there first. And then after the group cruise, we immediately had Essence Fest the following weekend. So we had like a whole bunch of stuff going on the top of taking him to the different colleges and making sure that he had what he needed. And then also taking my daughter to basketball practice, or shall I say basketball games, because she plays in a summer league. This mama was pulled every direction, north, south, east, and west. And I just could not find the time to do this thing here that I'm so passionate about. So I fell off. Okay. And when I decided that I wanted to start it back, I wanted to make sure that I was going to be committed to it and that when I say I was going to show up, I was going to show up. So it brings us to today. Okay. So we're here because if you've been following me or if you have been seeing anything I've been sharing, I've been telling you for the longest time that there is so many ways that you can vacation. And my hope and goal is so that you are able to vacation how frequent you want to. Frequency to you could be different from me or vice versa, right? Some people suggest that you vacation at least once a year. If you are a once a year person for vacation, drop it in the chat. Put a 1 for me so I know who I'm talking to. Okay. Put a 1 if you think that you should vacation at least once a year. Okay. Now, some people say you need to take at least 2 vacations per year. If you are the person who believes that you should take 2 vacations, drop a 2 in the chat. Because see, I want to see who I'm talking to kind of know, how we're going to maneuver the rest of the night. Okay. And then some people say you need to vacation 3 or more times per year. So let me know right now. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see no comments. So let me ask you, are you the people that believe we should be vacationing 0, nada, zilch? Oh my goodness. I hope not. Okay. Maybe the comments are about to come in, but please answer that question for me. I'm going to give you about 15 seconds because it doesn't take you that long to let me know if you are the person to think that you should be vacationing 1 and done, and that's it. Go sit your butt down somewhere. You good. Or if it should be 2, right? 2 can be, a solo trip. And then the second trip could be with you and your significant other, you and your girls, a family trip. Or like, I don't know. 3 could be, baby, listen, I need 1 by myself. So if you team solo, let me know. If you've ever done a solo vacation, let me know. I'm telling you, doing a solo vacation, you learn so much about yourself. It is so invigorating. It really is. It's enlightening. You learn so much about yourself. You learn how strong you are. You learn about your pet peeves, some things that you're a little bit nervous about, apprehensive about, but it is so amazing. I highly encourage every woman to take at least 1 solo trip, at least 1. If you do 1 solo trip, I guarantee you're going to do multiple after that because it really, really just awakens your mind, body, and soul. Okay. Now, for my people who think, baby, I should be able to vacation when I want, where I want, how often I want, them my people. Okay. Now, all y'all my people, but them my people. Okay. So if you are the person who believe that you should be vacationing, like the wind blows wrong, you like, it's time for me to vacation. Okay. If you are that person, put a 3 in the chat because I want to know if you are the 3 person, then how do you fund your vacation? How do you take advantage of going on vacation? Are you the person who use the credit card game and you use points to vacation so that you can get your flights, your hotel stays? Or are you the person that is a timeshare person? Whereas you've paid for a timeshare or you're currently paying for it and you do your maintenance fees and every year you are guaranteed a vacation somewhere, right? Some people do that. Now, some people play the timeshare game. Okay. Have anybody here played the timeshare game? Listen, I'm gonna raise my hand because I played the timeshare game. Whereas when, they incentivize you by saying like, okay, come to this presentation for 60 to 90 minutes. And because you come to this presentation, you and your family can get a vacation in Orlando or at Wisconsin Dells or at Phoenix, Arizona. And the only thing you have to pay for this 3-night, 4-day stay is $199, but you have to attend this timeshare presentation. Has anyone been pulled into one of them things? Listen, if you've been to any properties in Florida, if you've been to Las Vegas, like any of the touristy places, honey, them timeshare people be on you, okay? They be like, look, we can get you the vacation for free, or we can get you some free things, okay? So some people play the timeshare game, okay? Now, other people look for deals, right? So they are the person like, I don't have to vacation just in the summertime. I don't have to vacation just during spring break. I don't have to vacation just because it's my anniversary, my birthday. Like I vacation based off of deals. So therefore, if I go on Google Flights, Skyscanner, some of these terms should sound familiar, especially if you've been following me, right? Because I've told you certain sites and certain apps you need if you really want to stay on top of things to know if you are really getting a good deal on your flights or on your hotels and things like that. So 2 that I highly recommend, Skyscanner and then Google Flights. So maybe you play that game where you check and then you be like, okay, I'm going to see where they're going to send me. And when you play the game that way, guess what, my friend? Most times you get a very, very amazing deal. Okay, most times. Now, some people play a combination of all those things. And then some people don't do none of that, right? They say, okay, we want to find a travel company, a travel group, and we want to just be able to know that we are going to get there, right? Because sometimes you want to go on vacations to these different places and you are not able to because guess what happened? Your friend, your family member, your spouse, your significant other, your cousin, they be like, listen, I don't want to go there. I just don't. I'm not interested in traveling to Dubai. I'm not interested in traveling to Maldives, South Africa, Thailand. Girl, I only want to go to Aruba. Aruba is my jump. That's my joint. I want to go there yearly. I love it there. I love the people there. I love the accommodations. I want to go to Aruba the rest of my life, period. Right? Whereas you might be like, I'm tired of Aruba. I've been to Aruba. I've done everything I can do in Aruba. I want to see some other places, right? So when you find these travel groups, you know that they are going to destinations that interest you. It could be in the Caribbean. It can be domestically. It can be very far, such as Dubai. If you know my background, honey, you know that this is Dubai. It can be to the Maldives, to Bali, to Greece. Like, name some destinations that you want to go to this lifetime. Do me a big favor in the chat. Name some destinations you want to go to this lifetime. Please share right here, okay? And I'm checking the comments to make sure I'm seeing what y'all saying. Name some destinations. And while you are naming those destinations, I'll share some of mine on my bucket list. So some that come to mind for me is Bali, Dubai, Africa. It's so many different countries in Africa that I want to visit. One of those places is Zanzibar, South Africa, Ghana, Senegal. Then what about the more exotic places, such as Philippines, Vietnam, right? So I'm that person that want to explore different destinations. Now, this is one thing that I notice about myself. And let me ask you, have you noticed this about you? And then if you can relate, drop something in the chat so that I know. Do you tend to go to certain destinations? Like, for an example, do you attend to frequent destinations that are more warm and friendly? Hey, Karen. Karen says Africa and the Maldives. Yes, I love it. I love it. Or are you a person who you tend to like more cooler destinations? So like, you don't want to be too hot. You don't want to be burned up. That right there is very, unpleasing for you, not pleasant. So you have to know what your travel style is and what your preference is, because that can really change your trip. So if you are a person who tends to favor more cooler temps, mild temps, and if you go to some place that's extremely hot, right, you burning up, you might think that the vacation was terrible because it is not helping you in that way, right? So know what your preference is. So Karen says, yes, I'm a warm, beachy person, and she loves the ocean. Okay, awesome. So tonight is very, very big and special because, as I was telling y'all, we have a special guest coming in. And I'm about to bring him on camera here momentarily. And I'm going to let him introduce himself so that he can share his experience, his knowledge, and it's going to be so phenomenal. So at this point, what I want y'all to do for me, if y'all know somebody who need to be on this live, if they need to be in the room, I want you to get them in the room. Call them out, tag them, text them, do what you need to do. But I want to make sure that the people in this community get the information they need, right? Because as y'all know, I never gatekeep, right? I share openly, and I share because I want somebody to share with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our guest, Mr. Jeff. And Jeff, do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can. So welcome. I am so excited that you took time out your busy schedule, because you are actually in travel status right now, right?
I am actually in Chicago right now in my hotel room. I'm speaking tomorrow at a conference, and I wanted to come and share with you guys. It has been a tremendous and a trying day. I'll just share that sometimes in the midst of everything that's going on, you just got to sit back and laugh. Because I was traveling and I had everything packed out the last night before, and I could have sworn I put my charger for my laptop in my bag, and I did not. I got to the
Oh
hotel,
no.
my laptop was dead. I didn't have any battery, anything. So I had to get on an Uber and get to uh, Walmart. It's just been a trying experience, but I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. And one of the things that I want to share before we get started is like a lot of times when we have some obstacles, you know, we think, woe is me. We think, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Oh my God, you know, Zandra gave me this opportunity to speak before her group. And now look at this. And, you know, you can look at this as a very negative thing. But one of the things that I decided to do is like, you know, I said to myself, you know, sometimes you just got to have a moment when you talk to yourself.
Come on now. Come
So I
on
had a
now.
moment where I had to talk to myself, and I said, the devil is a liar. It's not going to steal my joy. And then I had to start to say some things positive to me about
Yes.
me. Okay.
Affirmations. Come
And I
on.
think that was one of the most important things, because a lot of times what you say to yourself when you talk to yourself matters. And so I did some affirmations. You know, I talked to my daddy in heaven, and I was like, you know what? This is a small thing to a giant, and I'm a giant. I am. And then
Yes.
I said to myself, you like, I was like, I'm gonna say something good to me about money, because you know, this is the thing that is uh having anxiety, because I'm like, oh my God, I have paid all this money to do this and do that and do this. And then I just stopped, and I remember two affirmations. You know, I always say when I'm ever like having anxiety about anything. And
Please
one of them
share them.
is, I want to share them. First one is, I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. So that was the first thing. And when you really dissect what that affirmation says, it would just make you feel good. And it made me feel good because I started to analyze with the words that I was saying what it actually meant. And it
Yes.
says, one, I'm happy and I am grateful. No matter what's coming at me, what's inside of me is bigger than anything that's coming at me. So I'm happy and I'm grateful because God programmed me with some special gifts and some special talents that nobody else has. And God programmed you with
Right.
special gifts and special talents that no one else has. So I was happy and grateful that I was able to recognize that I'm special because I'm God's child. And my daddy
Come on
gave me
now.
some special gifts and some special talents that he ain't get nobody.
Nobody else. Mm-hmm.
So I can never be disqualified because my daddy said, I'll put a little something in you that's
Mm-hmm.
special. Your daddy put a little something in you that's special too. So you can never be disqualified. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but I'm telling you what I had to do to encourage myself. And then I said, I am grateful because in all the midst of all of the chaos, I still have opportunity. And I have opportunity to be impactful, and I have opportunity to change people's lives, and I am grateful for that. And then when I continued on analyzing what I just said, it says that I'm happy and grateful that money comes to me. And guess what, guys? It is okay that money comes to you.
Say that again.
It is okay for money to come to you. Some of y'all got some stinking thinking that you ain't supposed to have no money. And I'm here to tell you right now that that is a lie that the devil has been playing tricks on you. Money is good. The word says that money solves all things. It's
Mm-hmm.
the love of money that gets you in trouble. But you need some money.
Come
And
on.
it's good when you get some money and it's said on a continuous basis.
On repeat. Come on.
I mean, that money gonna keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, and it ain't gonna stop. So
Listen.
when that money comes to me, I forgot to neglect increasing quantities. So that money is coming, and it's coming in increasing quantities. That means that it might come in $100, it might come in
Come
$1,000,
through
it might
now.
come $10,000, it might
Yes.
come $100,000, it
Woo!
might come $1,000,000, 10 million, 100 million, all the way up to 1 billion. But it's always going to be increasing.
Yes.
And how many of y'all know y'all need some increase in your life right now when it comes down to some money? So that
Listen,
money is coming in increasing quantities.
Oh, yes. I
And
love
then
that.
it said through multiple sources. Oh my God, that means that money coming from the left and money coming to the right,
Up, down, everywhere.
up, down, everywhere, helping you to get to that Dubai trip a little bit more luxurious.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said that, oh my gosh, it seemed like all of the problems that I was having and all of the issues that I was facing, it seemed like they all disappeared because I just changed what I was thinking about.
Right.
And I started to put my intentions on something else. I didn't say, oh, woe is me. I didn't give death through the spoken word an opportunity to have impact in my life, because there's power in the words that you speak.
That's
So I didn't
all.
want to speak anything out of my mouth that I didn't want in my life.
That
Some
part.
of y'all need to catch that.
Listen,
Some of y'all
catch it
need
and
to
hold
catch
it.
that.
Listen,
You need
put it
to
in your
catch that.
pocket.
That's right. Don't be speaking no stuff out your mouth that you don't want in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because them words that you speak, you have power to usher them words and you speak into your life.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you don't give death no power or no opportunity to come into your life by the words that you're speaking. All right, I'm gonna get off of that now because I could talk about this all night.
Listen,
And then I want to share,
good stuff.
I want to share with you another affirmation, because affirmation changes situations. That's what I always say. And this is one of my favorite ones. And I write it down, and I always write it down, and I say it again. I write it down and I say it again. And it says, every decision that I make builds lasting wealth. It strengthens my legacy and brings prosperity into my life forever.
Nice, nice. Now, Jeff, let me ask you this, because I like how you was able to reposition and reframe your current situation, because you could have easily let that just succumb you and be like, oh my goodness, it wasn't meant, right? Like a lot of times when we going through things, we give the devil credit or everybody else credit, and we be like, ah man, I guess it wasn't meant. When sometimes I believe we are given certain tests and obstacles, and God is just trying to see, like, okay, how are they gonna get through this? Like, will they pass this test that I'm just putting? I'm setting them up for something else bigger, but can they get through this small thing? Now, when we going through it, we don't think it's small. We think it's major.
That's right.
We think it's the end of the
That's
world.
right.
We be like, oh my goodness, I can't get through this. But then when we look back, we be like, man, I did that.
That's
I
right.
did that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
with your affirmations, you said that you have ones that you speak daily, and you have ones that you speak in certain situations. So your company itself is big about building wealth and just all things with just, you know what I'm saying, holding on to it. So share with the audience tonight, like what you would share with them and why they need to stay until the end, and what this information can do for them.
Yes. First of all, I want to talk about, like, when you talk about wealth and wealth building, like, it all starts in the mind. It's like a decision. It's like a decision that you make and you say, you know what? And some people make this decision because they sick or tired of being sick and tired.
Come on.
And
That
they
was
say,
me.
I got to make some change because there will be no change until I start to change. So when you start thinking about wealth building, and when you start talking about generational wealth, and I look at myself like I'm a first generation wealth builder. I'm the youngest of 8 kids. Okay. From Mary Moore Lundy and Percy Lundy. I was the youngest. I was the last of the crew.
So you the baby.
I'm the baby of the bunch, but I'm the first. I'm the first to go to college. I was the first to graduate from college, the first to start a business, the first to become a real estate investor, the first to
Come
having your
on.
own business. I was the first to have to deal with the black tax. And I know a lot of y'all might not know what that black tax is, but I'm telling you, you got to have a strong mind to be able to deal with the black tax, because the black tax is real. So we cultivated this community for first generation wealth builders, because the issues that first generation wealth builders is a lot different when you are the first and you are the trailblazer in the family, and you're trying to change the ship of lack and usher in the change of direction to abundance. So you got to have a strong mindset, and you have to make a decision that you're going to be the one that's going to be the generational wealth killer in the family and start to be the generational wealth provider in the family. That's a decision. And a lot
Right.
of times it comes down to how you manage your money. And you don't have to make a lot of money to be able to be in a position to be a first generation wealth.
Say that one again, because
Well,
I think the people in the back probably didn't hear you. Repeat that statement.
you ain't got to make a whole lot of money to be a first generation wealth trailblazer. You just got to learn how to manage the money that comes in your control, and you got to be able to utilize financial products that gives you leverage. And one of the things I want to talk about tonight is a financial product that gives you leverage that most Black folks don't even participate in, because we were miseducated and misinformed about the greatest financial product ever created. Can I share my screen here, or are we just going to freestyle this talk tonight? Because I do have a presentation for you guys.
So let me see if I can. Now it will let me share. Jeff, I don't know if it will give you the ability at the very bottom. Do you have one an icon that says present?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you click
I
that,
see it now. I see it now. Oh, we're gonna get some stuff started tonight.
oh, shooky now. Come on, come through.
Oh, y'all done started with me now. I'm about to get excited. I'm about to get even more excited and more grateful tonight, right now, because after all that I've been through.
Come on now.
Okay, let me close this
You
out
taking
right
us
now.
to church.
And then I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get this thing popping. I hope that the people that's here tonight don't consider it robbery that I am, that I came in and had little things that I had to overcome before I had to start with you guys. I ain't even had a chance to I had a nice little gear on I was gonna put on for you, girl. I'm still in my gear from the airport on the airplane. I didn't even have a chance to get so fresh and for clean for you ladies tonight. So please, and you gentlemen that's on the line tonight, so please forgive me. I'm still in airport gear, and I apologize for that. So this is getting ready, and this is processing so I can be able to share with you. But I think it's very important that a lot of people think they need more money, and a lot of times it's not the fact that you need more money. It's about the management of the money that you have that comes in under your control and under your possession. And one of the things that is so important is that if you don't have a plan for your money will have a plan for you.
You ain't never lied.
If you don't have a plan for taxes, then taxes will have a plan for you. I told my clients, I've been a financial advisor for 26 years. Okay. So I ain't new to this. Okay. And one of the things I always tell my clients is that you got to have a plan for taxes, because taxes are going to be the biggest expense and be your biggest expense for the rest of your life. A lot of people think that, oh no, taxes is not going to be my biggest expense. My biggest expense is my mortgage and my utilities and my groceries and my car note. They cost a lot of money.
Listen, because groceries. Listen, Jeff. I don't know last time you went to the store. Groceries have gotten high.
Yeah, but you don't know you don't know that when you got to pay Uncle Sam and Aunt Bunny. Uncle Sam and Aunt Bunny, like, okay, you think taxes was high, you think your grocery was high. Now come pay me.
Listen. I
And
know
you
you
and,
ain't
and
telling.
here's the kicker. And here's the kicker. You got to do all the work, and they take half of your money. All right, we're
And
gonna get
do.
off of this. We're gonna get off. This is for another. That's another conversation right there. We're gonna talk about now how to leverage your income to create a financial safety net and fund your travel dreams. You told me that you had some travel people who love to travel. You got some travel people who love and have an aspirational and having travel businesses. And you got some travel people who love to have fun and love to spend that money, and they want to find out some ways how they can get that money to come back to them. Is that true? Is that what you told me?
Hey, listen, everything that you stated is straight facts. I got people over here who love to travel and they want to find ways to be able to travel more frequently. But then, like you said, that money coming back to them so that they can travel more frequently to those dream destinations.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That money come and you get it back, and then you could go back and do it. Oh, we're going to tell you how to velocitize that money in a minute. But let's go. The problem in America is not so much what people think they know, but it's what they think they know that just ain't so. Will Rogers had that quote, and he said that, and that is so very, very true because people think they know a whole lot of stuff. And when they find out that that stuff ain't true, they look at that like, wow, I didn't know that. So we're going to pull the layer off of some things on what some people think that they know about a financial product that just ain't so. Okay? Who am I and why you guys should listen to me? I'm Jeff the Wealth Builder. My clients know my name is Jeff Moore, known as Jeff the Wealth Builder. That's what my clients affectionately call me. I've been in insurance and the financial services business for the last, I got to update this slide, it's 26 years now. I've helped over 1,000 families get out of debt, get control of their money, build wealth. I got a bachelor's and a master's degree from one of the best universities in the
I
world.
see
That's
you.
the university where this guy right here went from being a boy to being a man. So I got to give Penn State props for that because I grew up and I learned a lot about myself and I learned about where my talents and my skills were. So I attributed that to my time at Penn State. So I'm gonna give kudos and a special we are to any other Penn Staters that are out there. And I wrote this little big book rather. It is nothing little about the book, but I wrote this big book called My Cash Value is King. I'm gonna tell you a little story about how this book came about. You know, I was following this guy named Grant Cardone. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
recognize
yes, I know
who
about.
Grant Cardone is, right?
Mhm.
So Grant Cardone said that he was sitting home and he wrote a book in a weekend. And that book that he wrote in a weekend became a New York Times bestseller. And I said, what? And then he went on to say his book had all kind of grammatical errors in it. It had sentence structure that wasn't proper. It had all kind of things that was wrong with the book, but he said it was a New York Times bestseller. And I say all of that to motivate and encourage the people out there because some of you guys got some brilliant ideas that you've been sitting on. You're waiting for the perfect time.
It
You're
ain't
like,
no
oh
perfect
no,
time.
the atmosphere is not ready for what I want to drop down in this environment. You know, you talking yourself out of all of the great things that you're supposed to be ushering in the world because the world needs your talents and the world needs your gifts.
Sure do.
So during the pandemic, I said, well, hell, if Grant Cardone can do it, so can I. And I sat down in one weekend, and this is the result of that book. Now, I don't have no misspelled words or sentence structure, grammar, all of that, because I sent it to an editor, and the editor made sure that all of that was taken care of. But I say all of that to impress upon you to get started. Just put it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Perfect. Come on, say
Okay.
that
So
again.
this book was My Cash Value is King. Is building a tax-free income now for financial legacy later. You could get it on Amazon. It wasn't a New York Times bestseller, but hey, it was an Amazon bestseller. So hey,
Woo-hoo.
I'll pat myself on the back for that. So I want to make sure that I encourage you to get going on your ideas that you have, because you only need to get it right one time. Who This is like I like to do when I do my presentations, and I don't know if we have the capacity with StreamYard tonight, but I got two rules. I love it when people talk back to me. When I say something that resonates with them, I like for them to open up their mic and say nugget, or I like them for them to type it in the comment section, because that means that it resonated with them very well. And the second rule I have is take notes, and more importantly, take action, because action takers are money makers. Okay, so that's the things that I like y'all to do when I'm doing, and these are my rules. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go.
Question of the night: what if you never? I'm going to talk about. Let me just set the stage for a moment before I get into this question. I'm going to talk about tonight one of the most powerful financial products that is not being utilized in the Black and the brown community. That's right, I said it. Us Black folks and us brown folks are not utilizing this financial product that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. And I want to stop, and my intention tonight is to interrupt your thinking. And just as the quote said, that most Americans think they know something, and when they find out that what they know, that it ain't what they know, that they think they know, is just not so. Now you got to start to take action, that you can make sure that this is something that you incorporate into your money plans, because it will change your financial life, and it will give you a position of strength, and it will give you some financial options that other financial products cannot afford to you. So, and what I'm going to talk about tonight is how to become your own bank with cash value life insurance. And I'm going to jump into that right now with a question for you. What if you never had to rely on the banks again to fund your travel excursions? Woo, I know some of y'all be putting on them travel trips on that Visa and that MasterCard and that American Express. And y'all
Listen, don't be coming over here stepping on nobody's toes, Jeff.
Just pay it off over the course of the year. Or I would just pay, I'm gonna get a loan from the bank and just pay it off. I'm just gonna wait for my refund check to come. I just want to interrupt your thinking and say, hey, what happens if you ain't had to do that no more? How would that change your financial future? That's the question of the night. What if you could put something in your financial portfolio that can change the trajectory of your financial future and will give you some options that you can say, I got some money that I can utilize and take care of that. Let's go, y'all. So imagine the freedom of not needing bank approval or high interest rates to grow your travel business or fund your next vacation for life. That's exactly what I'm going to show you today. How to become your own bank using a financial strategy most people overlook. The secret to becoming your own bank is cash value life insurance. That is the secret. And a lot of people are probably wondering, what is cash value life insurance? And I'm so glad you asked. Make sure you get your pen and you get your paper so you take them notes, because when I break this down, like the old folks say, it's going to forever be broke, and then you're going to get some information that you know now. And my intent is that for you to understand what's going on, so financially you can start to know what to do. Tonight, I'm going to introduce to you a powerful financial tool that helps you fund your investments, grow your savings, grow your options, and build generational wealth. And there's only one product that can do that in its entirety, that give you the leverage, to give you the liquidity, and to give you the control to be able to have generational wealth. But first, I want to bust some of these myths, because a lot of you guys think you understand what life insurance is. A lot of guys think that life insurance is something that it just ain't so. So I'm going to touch upon the 4 biggest myths that I hear people talking about in the streets. And the first one is that life insurance is only useful for after you gone. Oh, I only need life insurance. Life insurance, this is what they tell you. Life insurance is only supposed to pay for your final expenses, to pay for your funeral, to pay for your burial plot, to pay for all the things that's going to cost, that's going to happen after you die. That is not life insurance. I'm here to tell you that is not life insurance. What I just described is death insurance. That's not life
Ooh.
insurance. So it's a lot of power in a name. Life insurance indicates that you are still living, right?
I mean, I think
That's
I'm
why
still
they
living them
call
here.
it life. I'm sorry.
I said, I think I'm still living them here. You can see me and
That's
hear me,
right.
right?
Yeah, right. So, but everybody thinks, especially a lot of people in the Black and brown communities think, oh, life insurance. Oh, I don't need life insurance. Oh, life insurance only for when you're dead. No, it's power in the word, life insurance. And when you understand what's going on, you'll start to know what to do. So, life insurance is not for when you're dead. Okay. It's some benefits in life insurance that take care of you if you die, but that's not what the purpose of it is for. Second thing I hear a lot is I got life insurance on my job. I'm good.
Oh,
You hear
yes, I've
that a
heard
lot.
that one.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I'm good. I got my insurance on my job. I'll be like, what happens, boo, if you lose your job?
Uh-huh. Well,
What
they let
happens
you
to your
go.
life insurance? It's gone. Okay. Let's change that narrative. What that happens, life insurance, and this is the big one that I hear, because a lot of times we in my practice, we help business owners and real estate investors and high net worth individuals. They like to borrow money out of their policy, and like they like to leverage it to buy other assets that produce passive income. And a lot of people think that when you borrow, because you, in a traditional sense, if you have money in your savings account and you use that money is gone. But in life insurance, when you use that money, the money that you use still grows as if you didn't even touch it. And I'll touch
What?
upon that in a minute. Yes, that's the beauty of why you should have money in your own bank with life insurance, because you can never stop the interrupting of the money growing each and every year, even when you use it.
Now that's good right there. Okay, I'm
That's
excited.
good.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited because
I know
listen,
that's right. And then
I
people
don't
say,
know a lot about life insurance, but these myths that you just addressed has already like blown my mind. Like if I could drop the emoji of the brain being exploded, that's literally what is happening right now. So just keep on, brother. Keep it coming.
and this is the big one I hear, is that I'm single. I don't have no kids. I don't need no life insurance. And I try to tell people, when you die, your money gonna go somewhere. It don't stop. It's gonna go to the hospitals. It's gonna go to the nursing homes. It's gonna go to the government. Aunt Bunny and Uncle Sam always looking to see how they can get some of your money. It's gonna go to other wealthy individuals. That money is going somewhere. So why not leave it, and why not be intentional where you want your money to go?
Right.
I'm just gonna drop the mic right there and keep on going. This is one of my favorite sayings. Cash value life insurance is not what it is, it's what it does. And when people understand what it does and get out of their heads what it's called, they will line up to have this financial product in their financial portfolio because they can't lose. How about just think about having some money in your pocket that's growing each and every day that you can never lose?
That's good.
That's good. So everybody knew that. If when people get more exposed to that, it's like, oh my God, how can I get it? How can I put some more? How can I put the most amount of money into it? Because I'm never going to lose it. I'm always going to have access to it. Nobody can never take it away from me. I got the freedom and the options to enjoy it however I want. I can give it to my church. I can give it to my school. I can give it to my favorite charity organization. I'll have money to fund the things that I am passionate about. You can
Come
get
on.
real bougie. You can get real bougie when you got some money to fund on your own terms. When you
Listen.
calling the shots, you could get real bougie. You could get like real Jack and Jillish. I don't know about who know about the Jack and Jillish, but the neighborhood I come from, Jack and Jill was nowhere around. Okay, but I see how the Jack and Jillish, they get a little, because they got that money that they can fund on their own terms. So I don't want to offend nobody tonight. That's not my intention. But I'm just calling it like I see it. So what is cash value life insurance? Cash value life insurance is permanent life insurance that you have for your whole life with a cash value savings component. So cash value life insurance, in other terms, is you got insurance expense, and then after you pay your insurance expense, all of the balance of the money goes into your savings account. And we like to call that savings account a savings account on steroids. And we call it a savings account on steroids because that money that's in that savings account each and every year gets a savings interest rate that's often 3 to 4 times higher than they give you at the banks. That money in that savings account also gets what's called a dividend. And a dividend is when that life insurance company earns money, they share that money with its policy owners.
Oh.
So that's why we call it a savings account on steroids, because it's 2 sources of money that's going into that savings account. And notice I said savings account. So it's no investment. It's no stock market risk. Your money can never go backwards. Your money is protected against lawsuits, against creditors, against divorce in many, many, many states in the United States. So cash value life insurance is not what it is, it's what it does. And what it does is provide you with lifetime protection and gives you a savings account that's going to far outperform any other savings vehicle on planet Earth.
Nice.
And it's the reason why banks store their money there and corporations store their money there. And the reason why the rich and the wealthy love it. And I'm gonna go into the tax implications a little bit later on why the rich and the wealthy and the corporations love it. But let me just stay here for a minute, because I want you guys to realize that it's not what this life insurance is called, is what it does. And what it does, it gives you lifetime protection of your money, that you have access to it, that is a savings component that no other savings component can outperform. And this is why we like you to become your own bank, because when you become your own bank using cash value life insurance, it puts you in control over your money. And a lot of times when I talk about people, they say, well, how do I become my own bank? And how do I do this? And how can I make this right in me? And can you show me what it looks like? So that was the purpose of this call tonight. I'm going to give you some easy steps that you can do. I'm going to show you an example of what it looks like. I made this specifically for women who want to travel for the rest of their life after they retire. And I just did a little example. And don't be mad at me, but I used the man example in a scenario that I put down in here because, it was just my first thing to do, to put it on the man, because, in insurance terms, the man always leaves the earth before the woman. So I gave y'all the preference in that regard.
Well, thank you so much.
So let's talk about this. Become your own bank in easy steps. Okay. Step 1, you got to buy your insurance policy from a mutual owned life insurance company. You can't get these kind of policies from anywhere. There's only special companies that are mutual that you can become your own bank with. And the reason why you become your own bank with a mutual company as opposed to a stock company is a mutual company is going to share all of the money it makes with its policy owners, the people who own the cash value life insurance. Because when you have cash value life insurance from a mutual company, you own it and you participate in the growth of the company. That means that when the insurance company make money, they're going to share that money with you. And here's the little secret. Life insurance companies that are mutual have been making money every single year for the past 100+ years. It is the only financial institution that's never had a down year.
Wow.
Never. Over the past 100 years, during when World War I happened, when World War II happened, when the stock market crashed in 1929, when Y2K happened, when everybody thought that the world was coming to an end, when the stock market crashed in 2007, life insurance companies throughout all those phases of American history made money and shared that money with its policy owners who had these cash value contracts. Now, it's important that you do it with a mutual company, because if you do it with a stock company, the stock companies don't share the money with its policy owners who have those plans. They only share the proceeds that they make with their stockholders. So you only going to make money from the proceeds of the stock company if you own the stock.
Oh, wow.
So that's the big difference. And that's why we want you to buy your policy from a mutually owned company. I wish I can see the people that I'm talking to get some comments from the people that are in on this presentation, because that right there, if you caught that right there, you would be thinking, man, how much money can I put into this? Because every dollar that I put in here, I'm never going to lose. So this is how the life insurance company do. We on step one now, okay? Now, step two is what I like to call a bank redirect. And a bank redirect is when you customly, right now you're doing is when you get your money, you go and take your money to Bank of America, you taking it to Chase, you taking it to Navy Federal. You like, oh, I got the Navy Federal card. Navy Federal will be taking care of me. They do me right. I got Wells Fargo. Oh, I got that Chase Sapphire. So that, that Sapphire card allowed me to get into the lounges. And I'm like, yes, all of that is good. But before you start to take your money to their banks, let's do a redirect and start putting some money in your bank before you put money in their bank. And when you put money in your bank first, you're going to get more interest than their banks are going to give you. You're going to get dividends. So when that insurance company make money, they're going to share that money with you. And then you're going to get a lifetime of protection that money in the bank can never provide. So that's what we call a redirect. When you take some of money and put it in your account and start building your bank before you start to put it in theirs. Crystal said, I'm listening. I'm with you, Crystal. I'm glad somebody on here tonight listening to me. The next step is to fund your policy. And what I love about life insurance is that life insurance is a forced savings. Because when you pay your premiums every month or every year, a portion of your premiums will go to pay for the insurance costs, as I said before. But then the balance of it goes into your savings account. So it's forcing you to save money.
That's good. That's good, because a lot of us at times are not really good at saving our money.
And one of the principles of becoming wealthy, right, is to save money first before you spend money. Because if you save money before you spend money, you will always have some money. When you have a life insurance contract, it forces you to save money first. And when you save money first, you always have access to money. So you build your bank over time. The cash value grows in your plan tax-free. You get a guaranteed interest every single year. And when the company makes money, which the companies that I've been utilizing have made money over the last 100 years, they're going to pay you some more money. So you're going to get a guaranteed interest and a dividend when it's declared. And then on certain policies, we put some special accelerators on there. So we say, okay, this is some money that you're going to put in for your policy that's going to go into your savings account. But if you want to grow the money faster, you can dump in some extra money. So we let you do some extra money. And a lot of my real estate investors love it because they are now in a position where they can fund these kind of policies. So now they can start to be the own lender on a lot of their real estate investments. A lot of times my business owners love it because now they can start the business with their own money and get special incentives for doing that, and not to have any kind of financial pressures because they look at that and using monies from the bank that put high demands on you giving that money back in a timely manner. So here is an example. I'm going to show you how this look. I'm going to show you what this look like, what it looks like. I know.
Okay, 40-year-old male. Okay.
Nipsey Hussle said what it feels like. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay. So this is a 40-year-old male, and this 40-year-old male is putting in premiums in his contract, $9,415 a year. And we designed this contract. Now, this contract doesn't have any special accelerators on it. It's just pure life insurance. It's pure, I'm going to pay my life insurance costs, and the balance of my money is going to go into the savings account. And we call that cash value. And you see that this 40-year-old is paying premiums until he's 85 years old. Now, once he turns 85, and I'm going to show you, and later on in illustration, that money stops. So it's no more money coming out of his pocket to do that. Okay.
Okay. I got
so you can see at age
you.
41, he put in $9,415. I wish I could blow this up a little bit more, but can you see it?
I can see it.
Can you see it? Okay. So it's $9,415. I'll just say the words in the numbers over and over so people can catch it. And you see this section right here says cumulative net outlay. So what that says is we're going to look at all of the money each and every year, and we're going to add it up. So after the first year, you put $9,415 in there, and then it says we put $7,300 of the $9,415 that you paid in premiums into your cash account. So get your calendar out. Let's get your calendar out right now for one quick second. And I'm going to show people, when I tell people that life insurance, that cash value life insurance is the cheapest way to own your insurance, people look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, that's right, boo. I said it. It's the cheapest way you can buy and own your life insurance, because each and every year your insurance costs go down. And eventually the life insurance is free.
What?
You didn't hear me. I'm gonna rewind that. I'm gonna remix that like the DJ say. You put money in this thing right here, in this cash value life insurance, and over time, and that's why we tell you to get started early, because the earlier you get started and the more money you put into this, the life insurance becomes free. And that's why the rich love it, because they get an additional benefit for free. And I'm going to show you in the numbers. $9,415 you paid in your premium that year. And the insurance company says, you gave me $9,415. I'm going to give you back $7,903. So that means that your insurance cost that year was $2,106. Because $2,106 plus $7,309 equals $9,415, what you paid in. You see that, Zandra?
Yeah, I got my calculator.
So now look at the second year. It's all written out for you right here. The second year, you gave them another $9,415. You see that cumulative net premium? $9,415 plus $9,415 is $18,830. So the life insurance company said, you know what, Zandra, we love it when you pay your money. And every time you pay us some money, we're going to make some money, and we're going to give you more money back the next year than what you gave us the previous year. And you looking at me like, Jeff, say it ain't so, because that's not right.
I know. You see, listen.
But look at the second year. You gave them $18,000, right?
Right.
Your cash value is now $15,507. Your net cash value increase went from $7,309 to $8,198. So your cash value in the second year made more money than it did in the first year. So if the cash value made more money in the second year, what does that do to your insurance costs?
Decrease.
If you gave them $9,415 and they gave you back $8,198, how much did your insurance cost?
Is it 1217?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, boo. That's $1,219 now.
Right.
But the first it was $2,106.
Right.
So now the insurance costs went down.
Okay, I'm following you.
Because they put more money in your cash account. Let's jump down to year 5. Now you got $9,415. Now cumulatively, that's $47,075. So over 5 years, you gave the life insurance company $47,000. After that 5 years, how much is the death benefit? Is this person in the 5th year? I'm so happy you asked, Karen. We started at $500,000 and now you at $516,000. The death benefit goes up as well. So every time that the insurance company credits the account with dividends, the dividends do 2 things. It adds money into the cash value, and it also increases the death benefit. So the death benefit grows. Wow. So I wanted to point out one thing right here. I want to go to year 7. The insurance company gave, you put in $9,415, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cumulatively, that was $65,905, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much money you gave the insurance company. The insurance company got $58,805 in your cash account that you have access to. But look what that net cash value increase was. What did it say, Zandra?
$9,513.
$9,513. How much money did you get the insurance company that year?
Let's see. Oh my gosh.
$9,450. I made it go down. How did I make it go back up? Oh, I went too far ahead.
Okay. So 94.
I hit the button wrong.
Okay.
So 94.15. You gave them 94.15. They gave you back 95.13, which is higher.
So you just came up on insurance company.
Insurance company said, "Hey, boo, we love the way you give us money. Now we're going to start giving you more money back than you gave us for the rest of your life."
Right.
Only thing you got to do is give us the 94.15, and we're going to give you more back each year after the 7th year. So that means that $529,074 that Karen asked about earlier is now free.
Wow.
Did you catch that? The insurance company gave you back more in cash than you gave them in premium.
Oh, yeah, I caught that. Mm-hmm.
So now each year after that, the life insurance is free. Now I want to go down to one more year, and I want to show you in year 13. This male right here is 53 years old. He would have put in $122,395 into his cash account. And guess how much money is in his cash value? $124,660. Which number is larger?
The net cash value.
So you got more money in your cash value than you put in premium.
Mm-hmm.
The life insurance company, you gave them $9,415 that year. They gave you $11,999. Your life insurance now is at $570,000, free. It's free insurance. Every year, the life insurance is free. So don't let nobody tell you that cash value life insurance is expensive. It is the cheapest way to own your insurance. You just got to pay more upfront for it to have it. And this is why the rich love it, because they can put money into a vehicle that's never going to go down. It's never going backwards. Did you see any of these accounts ever go backwards?
No.
The longer you have it, the better it gets, because the interest is growing and the dividends are growing in the policy uninterrupted each year. So let's say in 10 years, you're like, I want to start my travel business. You can leverage this money out, and I'm getting ahead of myself in the presentation, but you can leverage that money out, but the money in this contract is still going to grow as if you never even touched it.
Wow.
Now check this out. I wish I could make this bigger. Can you see this one right here? It's age 66, right? I just wanted to show you this going to go on until age 85, and then no more premiums coming out. But here's what I did for the travel, because we talked about having your travel paid for the rest of your life, right?
Right.
I just wanted to show you this is going to go into age 121. If you live to be at age 121, the life insurance company is going to send you back a check for $5,941,283.
Shut the front door.
How much money did you put into the contract? Heck, I keep hitting this button and it's going ahead of me. You put in $418,000. You see that? That's the cumulative net premium. $418,000. If you live to be 121, I mean, God bless you if you did. I mean, that's living. The insurance company gonna say, we ain't covering you no more. We sending you all that money back. We ain't fooling with you no more. You didn't live to be 121. You didn't outlive your coverage. So here's your check. Go live it up. Now, what a lot of my clients do is that they take out money for retirement time, and some people use it for income. Some people use it to do a plethora of things. Some people use it as gifting money. Some people use it to give to their churches. Like I said earlier, they give it to charitable organizations. They give money to their schools. They get scholarships in their name so that their name can live forever, from the school that they went to. I want to show you right now, for the travel ladies who like to travel every year, how you can fund a policy and you can be able to travel free at retirement for the rest of your life, or for the rest of your good mobility years. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, because you don't want to be traveling and you I think of the
you don't want to be traveling in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Or you falling asleep on the tour because you're too tired.
So in this example, can you see what happens in year 26? You see what that means? That minus one, that's minus 21,624.
Uh-huh.
See what that means? You have any idea what that means?
So that's basically money owed to us.
No, that's money that you took out of your contract.
Oh, so money that you borrowed.
So you borrowing the money out of that contract. So for this example, we're going to take the money out the contract and we ain't never going to pay it back. We're going to take the money out the contract, and then when we die, we're going to have our death benefit pay back the loan to the insurance company plus all the interest that the insurance company charged. And in this scenario, you're going to pay the premium from the money that you're taking out. Because remember, we said the premium goes until your age 85.
Right.
So we're going to borrow the money to pay the premium and take a little extra out to travel when we're 66 of $21,624. So let me ask you a question. How many trips can you take a year if you had $21,624 tax-free.
I mean, if you are age 66, you shouldn't be working like
No.
consistently
I,
on
I'm
nobody's
just saying.
job.
No, I'm just saying. This you retired now, so you ain't working nobody's job. I'm
Right,
asking
right.
you. I'm asking you, how many trips can you take a year to travel on $21,624? Can you do one trip? Can you do two trips? Can you do three trips? How many trips you think you can do?
With that amount of money, probably I would say at least three, but more
Let's
than
say two.
likely because you have time and you can get so many, like you know, you ain't nobody job. So if you decide you wanted to do a getaway because it's a special you come across and you can go to Europe for, $3,999, you don't got to take no PTO. You could just get up and go.
That's right, because you're retired.
You retire. So if you
And
you're
guess
doing a
what?
trip
Guess
at
what we're gonna do?
4,000,
Guess what we're gonna do? We're
that's
gonna
5 or
take
6
that.
trips.
We're gonna take that when you're 66, when you're 67, when you're 68, when you're 69, when you're 70, when you're 71, when you're 72, 73, 75, 80, all the way up to 85. So we gonna take that money out every year for 20 years.
That's a lot of trips.
Hey, that's what we set it up for you to travel good in your retirement time. So we retiring real good in this plan. And guess what? I got clients that got multiple plans like this. So they earmark some money, say, hey, this is going to be my travel account that I'm going to ball out on when I get into retirement time. Then they say, hey, this is what I'm going to leave. I got another policy. I'm going to leave this. This policy is going to be my charitable giving policy. This policy right here, I'm going to make sure that my kids and their kids got money for the rest of their lives. This policy right here is going to do this. So you got 4, 5, 6. My clients got 4, 5, 6, 10 policies because they know that they put money in accounts that they are never going to go down with, and they always got access to the money that if an opportunity came or an emergency came, they got cash that will solve it.
Wow.
So you don't have to have one life insurance contract. I got clients, even myself, me and my wife and my kids, we got multiple policies on ourselves.
Nice.
Because we understand what it is and we're not concerned about what it's called, because we know what it does. And we know that every year we're going to get some guaranteed interest, and we're going to get some dividends that's going to say cha-ching. And we like the way that cha-ching sounds. So we try to put as much money into it as possible.
Gotcha.
We leverage it to buy real estate so we can have money earned in more than one place. So now we got money earned in our real estate, and we got money earned in our cash value life insurance.
Nice. So in this example, the gentleman was 40 years of age. If he would have started this, if he was younger, let's say 19 or 20,
it would have been less money he had to put in.
Okay.
Because insurance is an age game. The older you get, the more that you have to pay for the cost of the insurance. And then the balance of the money goes into the savings account. So you can never lose. Even if you started a plan at 80, you would never lose money with cash value life insurance.
Gotcha.
Because at some point, the money that you're putting in, the insurance company is going to give you more in cash value than you do in premium at some point. So basically, you can travel every year and still have a big death benefit. Absolutely. Look at Karen. Go ahead, girl. I see you, girl. I see you. So I want to point this out to you too. You see this annual net increase? You're taking out 21,000. You see that cumulative money? You see that cumulative money start to go down each and every year?
Right.
Because that's money that you pull out of the policy from the money that you put in. And guess what? You see when you turn 76, now you done pulled out all of the premium dollars. So now that's a -2. So that means you got an extra $9,900 pulled out of your account when you turn 76. And then an extra 31,000 when you turn 77. Then you got an extra 53,000 in your pocket when you turn 78. And then you got an extra 74,000 when you turn 79. Then you got an extra 96,000 when you turn 80. And then you got an extra 118,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you got $118,000 out more than what you paid in your policy. And then you got extra until 85 when you stop taking money out. Now you poured out an extra $204,000 out of your plan that you didn't pay taxes on.
Wow. This is
and
good,
and then you telling the people, I ain't never, the insurance company saying, well, you going to pay us interest on the money because we lent you the money. And you said, I don't care, boo, because my death benefit got me. So when you die, let's kill you off at 86. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill you off, Zandra, but we killing you off at 86.
Oh, listen, this ain't me in this example, so I'm good.
Let's say in this example, the man died at 86.
Right.
So the life insurance is going to pay back all of the money that is taken out from the death benefit, plus all of the interest. And then the balance is going to go to his family. They're going to get a check for $189,705.
Hey.
You can't lose with cash value life insurance from a mutual company as long as you pay your premium.
Nice.
We went over that already again. So, I went the wrong way. Sorry about that. Cash for retirement. Let's talk about money. This is a recap. You put in contributions from the life insurance from age 40 to 65. You put $227,000 into that life insurance contract. You took out $432,480. That was the $21,600 and something dollars for that last 20 years. That's what that ended up to after that 20 years, because you took all that money out. And you walked away with an extra $204,605. Now, I like to ask people, how much money would you have to have in an investment account that you could take out an extra $204,000 that you put in and paid the taxes on it, and leave some extra money to your family when you die? You're going to have a lot of money in that investment account that's exposed to risk. Correct?
Yeah.
You ain't got to have none of that with the life insurance. It's not what it's called. It's what it does. It gives you a tax-free access to money. And that's why I want us Black and brown folks to start to take advantage of this. This is not money for when you die. This is money for when you live.
Right.
Sorry for yelling. It's just my passion talking. I'm sorry. And most importantly, you have ownership. And a lot of times, a lot of my clients, this is leverage where you can start and buy a business. A lot of my clients are in real estate and in business ownership. So they become their own bank, and then they take out, I'm getting ahead of myself. Then you can fund your business and, have your travels and your vacation or your retirement. Them girls look nice right there because they know they got
listen. That's Brazil too. Woo, yeah.
We could go to Brazil every year for the next 20 years and we still gonna be good. So this is how you become your own bank with cash value life insurance. You can borrow up to 95% of the money that's in your contract. So you see that money that's in your contract, like at the intervals in 5 years, you have 40,000. You could take up to 90% of that, 95% of that 40,000 to start your business. After 10 years, you could take up to 95% of that $91,000 to start your business, to fund your business, to give you access if you already have a business that you can provide capital to your business, and then you have the leverage that you can do that. So I just wanted to go back and show you what that 95% look like when you borrow money from your cash value. And you don't actually take the money out of the life insurance contract. You actually borrow the money from the insurance company. And this is so key. The insurance companies know you got the money. That's why they only let you take 95% out of the cash value, and they don't stress you. They're gonna charge you a low interest rate on the loan. A lot of times the interest rate range anywhere between 4 and 6% based on what company you're dealing with. And if you borrowing money at where can you borrow money at 4 to 6% right now in the economy? Not
Listen,
too many
I don't
places,
know.
right?
You tell me.
It's one of the lowest places where you can borrow money from. And the insurance companies position it that way because they know they're gonna get their money back. So they don't have to give you no outlandish high interest rate to mitigate if you don't pay them back. Because guess what? The insurance companies know what's going to happen one day. You going to what?
What? Hey, I don't want to say it, but yeah.
All of us going to die one day. No, we ain't getting out of this. None of
Listen,
us are getting out of this alive.
listen, that is
And
a given. That's big
and
facts.
insurance companies know that, so that's why they don't stress you about paying them back because they know they're gonna get their money back one day.
Mm-hmm.
And they play the long game. They like, hey, we don't care. You can let that interest roll for the rest of your life because that growing cash value is always going to pay that loan back and then give something to your family. So what a lot of our real estate investors and business owners do, they repay the loan back because they can accelerate and have more options to rinse and repeat to have the money to go buy more assets. So you get the best of both worlds. You can have retirement income, you can have travel income, or you can have income that you rinse and repeat that you can use over and build multiple assets in different class categories. Like you get that real estate property, you leverage and borrow the money from the insurance company while your money and your cash value is growing uninterrupted. And then you use the rents to pay the life insurance loan back. That's what a lot of my clients do. So now they're earning money from the rents and now they're earning money inside of their policy as well.
Nice.
A lot of my business owners, they take the money and they fund their business. And from the proceeds from the business, they pay the loan back off. And they love it that way because, when you pay a loan back, the interest that you pay the loan back is tax deductible. So they love that way. And then they got money that when they take the profits, they just rinse and repeat. So they never at the mercy of the loan of having to deal with the banks, because what they've in essence have done is that they've created a money system where they can become their own bank.
Nice.
You financially win. That's the name of the game. To put your money in a place that's never going to go down, that's protected against creditors, protected against lawsuits, protected against divorce in most states, that you have access to that money if an emergency came, and you have access to that money if an opportunity came. I don't know about you, but I know I would be pissed off to the highest level of festivity if a business opportunity came my way and I didn't have no money because of my financial misdealings, and that opportunity passed me by because I didn't have any money. Don't put yourself into that situation. Build you a system that you can have access to take advantage of opportunities when they come your way. When you are your own bank, this is the beautiful thing. You don't have to have no applications, no hoops to jump through. Like if you went to Bank of America and you went to Chase, they like, you got to fill this application out. We
We
got to
gotta
know
look at your
what your
credit score.
we got what's your DNA. Which
Mm-hmm.
one of your kids are you going to pledge? What kind of leverage do you have in case you don't pay this money back? Or we got to send this to an underwriter. We got to make sure you are good risk because we got to make sure we get that money back so we can lend it out to other people because that's how we make our money. So we got to scrutinize you to make sure you're going to pay us back in a timely manner. You don't got to worry about that with life insurance. You ain't got to worry about that when you're your own bank because the insurance company is going to freely give you that money. The only thing they're going to ask you is, do you want to pay the fee to have the money wired to you or sent to you next day? Or you could say, nah, send it to me regular mail. And they be like, okay, well, there ain't no fee for that. They ain't asking you no questions. They ain't asking you to fill out no application. You ain't got to wait on hold for nothing. You just got to tell them how much money that you want, up to 95% of the cash value that you have in your account. That's the only thing you got to find out with the insurance company. Guess what? You have no long approval process. You go through a bank, try to get a loan, go try to get a loan from the SBA. That might take you a whole year. Life insurance companies, 3 to 7 business days. It's not a loan process at all. You ain't got to get your credit pulled. You sitting over there with a 560 credit score, knowing doggone well you ain't gonna get no money from no bank, and you mad. You can eliminate all of that by having your own bank, because the insurance company is never going to ask you what your credit score is to get your money out of your bank. Like I said, the only thing they're going to ask you is how much money do you want from your policy up to the 95% of the available cash value that you have. And here's a special part. There's no repayment agreements. They're not going to stress you about paying the money back monthly, because the insurance company know at the end of the term, they're going to get all their money back plus interest. You are in control when you own your own bank. And that's why I want you guys to get as much financial control as you can and start to own your own banks so you can be in control of your money supply. And more importantly, it gives you options, options, options. We talked about this before. When you become your own bank, you have money going in 2 places. You can borrow money out and start your travel business, or fund your travel business, and then take the proceeds from that. Now you're making money from that source of business, and then you got money making inside of your policy as well, with the guaranteed interest and the dividends. But let's talk about some tax benefits. This is why the wealthy love life insurance. This is why I hate to say his name, because he be tripping. He's been tripping lately, with all this racial stuff he's been talking about. But Elon Musk, when he sold PayPal, he took a big percentage of the money that he made in PayPal and he dumped it into life insurance. And it was like, why would a person that rich put all of that money in life insurance? Because Elon Musk knew that the money that he was going to put in that life insurance contract came with some tremendous tax benefits. And these are some tremendous tax benefits. You guys should start asking your CPA why they didn't tell you about it, because your CPA talk about they saving you money on taxes. Why they not telling you about the 3 biggest tax codes and the 3 biggest benefits in the whole Internal Revenue Service code that they never told you about? Section 7702, life insurance is not an investment, so it should not be treated that way. So what that means is that the life insurance is going to have special treatment that the IRS is going to say, we ain't going to tax none of the money unless you go over a certain threshold. Now, if you go over a threshold, which is called a modified endowment contract, then they're going to tax it as an investment. But as long as you stay under that threshold of what that modified endowment contract is, then the insurance company is going to not let you pay any taxes on it. Section 7702 also says that there's no taxation on life insurance proceeds. Section 72E is where the money resides, because money grows inside of a life insurance contract, grows tax-free for life. Tax-free for life. I don't think y'all heard me. This is how the rich get richer, because they got money growing every single year that they never going to pay taxes on, that they always have access to. 72E says it's not going to be taxed while it's growing. When you get that guaranteed interest, we're not going to tax it. When the insurance company makes money, and we know they made money for the last 100 years, we're not going to pay taxes when you get that dividend. And we're not going to pay taxes on it if they take a loan out on it. And then when you die, when you lay down and take your final breath, the life insurance company is not going to tax the death benefit, because you're doing something that the government don't want to do. And the government don't want to take care of your family. They don't want to take care of your bad kids. They don't want to take care of your kids. So they give you a benefit that you have an incentive that they ain't going to take no taxes on it, because they don't want to take care of your family. They heard about baby kids. They like, no. I just dated myself, because many people might not even know who baby kids are. But anyway, this is not your mama and your daddy's life insurance. Your mama and your daddy had death insurance. And that's what they told you about. And that's why you have a misperception of what life insurance is, because they were sold a death policy that paid for their funeral expenses. And they had never had access and never had the opportunity to fund a plan like we just talked about that grows every single year. This ain't your mama and daddy's insurance. So when you understand what's going on, you start to know what to do. When you get exposed to information that can change your situation, make sure you take advantage of it.
Amen.
When you understand what's going on, you will know what to do. That's the end. This is my contact information. You guys can follow me. You can reach me on all platforms at Jeff the Wealth Builder. I'm located in New Jersey. I'm worldwide. I'm not worldwide. I'm USA wide, except for Hawaii. If you live in Hawaii, I really can't help you put these plans together. But anywhere else in the country, I can. Be more than happy to be of service. Can I tell them about something I have coming up next week, Zandra?
Sure. Go ahead.
I am doing a whole cash value wealth builders summit in Atlanta, November 1st and the 2nd. And I would love for you guys to come. We're going to be talking about how to leverage life insurance. We got 12 different speakers that's going to be coming to help you in real estate investing and business ownership, business strategy. We have Davon Reeves that's going to come talk about owning hotels. Matt MG, the mortgage guy, is going to talk about how to leverage mortgages to create wealth. We have Coach John Lawson is going to talk about how to use AI to build wealth with it. We have Ryan McCrary, the funnel doctor, is going to teach you how to get your funnels right so you can have your money right. We have Spicy the Jackson is going to come give you some tax tips that you could use so you could keep more of the money that you're making. The business lawyer is going to be there.
Man, you got some heavy hitters. You got some heavy hitters.
Some heavy hitters.
Man,
that's going to be there, and we still got several other ones that's going to be there too. We have a dynamic individual named Dwayne Griffin who's going to come and talk about group home ownership, like how you could have group homes and have and multiple streams of income from the group home. And, oh man, so I'm just so excited and I'm so grateful, and I would love for you guys to join me next week in Atlanta. And I know it's a little short notice. We're going to get started next Friday and Saturday. Your ticket will include your lunch and include a snack. We have it in a great environment at the Starling Hotel, which is one of the bougie hotels from the Hilton property in Midtown Atlanta. And my wife was like, "Oh, you just want to have it there because you want people to think you bougie." And I was like, "Well, if we're going to be teaching people how to make money, then we got to have them in a bougie environment, because if we put them in a ghetto environment, they ain't going to accept it."
I love it. I love it.
We like to have fun in our learning as well. So I would like to give your audience a special invitation.
Nice.
And the invitation is, if they get a ticket, what am I going to do special for your group? Let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something special for your group. I'm going to say, if they buy a ticket, if they buy a regular ticket, right, I'll give them a second ticket for free so that they can bring their buddy, they could bring their business partner, they could bring a family member, they could bring someone that is on the same journey with them. Because one thing I know for certain, and two things for sure, that when you get in the room with other wealth builders, it changes the trajectory of your mindset and your abilities of the things that you would like to do. So what I just did was, I don't know how I just dropped the link in the chat section. Hopefully you can share it with everyone, Zandra, that's on the call, that if they just click that link and then buy a ticket, then they will get 2 tickets for the price of 1, so they can bring someone with them. And more importantly, since this is a financial education conference, that ticket is tax deductible because you are investing in education. So anytime that you spend money to make yourself better or to make a profit, the government says, we're going to let you do a write-off on that.
Nice.
So is no reason why you shouldn't be there. I would love to see you guys in the place. Anybody have any questions on what we talked about tonight? I would love to talk to them about this. I see you got this Discover Dubai trip. Imagine if all your women had this life insurance contracts. They could use the cash value to take their trips to Dubai every year and not sweat the money on it.
Right. Exactly. So I don't, Crystal said, thanks for the information, Jeff.
My pleasure.
Good. So if anybody have any questions, drop them in the comments. I know we went a little bit long tonight, but y'all, I keep on telling y'all, I have access to some amazing people, and they are very good at what they do. They are experts. They are knowledgeable, and I don't gatekeep. So like when people be trying to figure out like what I'm doing, how I network, what I do, I share openly because I would want somebody to do that for me. Okay. So a lot of stuff he shared just had my mind go like, boom. I'm like, oh my goodness, right? Because I got life insurance, but I don't know if I got the right life insurance. So like literally, I'm gonna hit Jeff up and be like, listen, Jeff, I need you to look at my policy and tell me, do I have it with a mutual? Did I get it right, Jeff?
Yep.
A mutual owned company? Because a lot of times we get stuff and we're not educated about it and we don't know what we have or what we put money into. And if it's a better way, why not explore the better way, the better option? So if you have your questions, drop them here. I can present them to Jeff. Or if you have questions that you want to ponder about that come up, I did drop all his information in the chat. I also just shared the link. That is an amazing deal, okay? It's literally you getting a free ticket, okay? So 2 tickets for the price of 1. That is amazing. And the people that he's bringing, y'all, these are like top-notch, excellent, top of the echelon people who is going to educate y'all and like really, really get y'all together in so many different areas. So if you can attend the conference and you can travel to Atlanta or you in the Atlanta area, you near the Atlanta area, you in Georgia, get there. Okay. Thank you so much, Jeff, for your time. I can tell you are so passionate about this. And me and you need to schedule after you leave Chicago. I know you're gonna be busy because you got to prep for your summit and all those things. But once you get back home, I need to get on your calendar so that I can get in on this, okay? Because I turned 40 this year. So I need to go ahead and make sure I'm set up the right way.
I know that's right. And one thing I also want to add too is that you can set these policies up kind of like a mortgage flow. So you can set them up where you can pay them in 1 year and be done with the payments. You could pay them in 10 years and be done with the payments, and 20 years when you're done with the payment. Since you're in control, you call the shots as far as how you want to pay your insurance off and how you want to build the cash in your policy as well.
Nice. Okay.
So I just wanted to share that.
I'm excited. That is some good stuff. So again, y'all, thank you for
your
time.
Real quick, I dropped the website. If people wanted to go and see all of the speakers, the lineup of everybody who's going to be there, it's cashvaluewealthbuilders.com, where they can go see all of the lineup. But make sure if you want to come to the conference, you click the link so you can get the buy one, get one free offer. You can only get that offer with the link that was attached. So don't go to the website and just buy the ticket and say, I thought I was getting a free ticket. No, boo, it don't work that way. You only can get it through the link.
Okay, this link right here, y'all. So I dropped the link right here. You need this link in order to get the buy one, and then you get a ticket for free. Okay, so it's like a 2-for-1 special. Okay,
yeah.
I also drop the link to the website if you just want to go and see the speakers that he will have presenting at this conference. Again, they are amazing. Like these are, if you do anything on social media, you probably see these people because, honey, they be everywhere. Okay, I'd be like, oh my goodness, Ryan was just in London last week. You know what I'm saying? The young lady that you talked about, who is a very trailblazer in real estate. I be seeing her everywhere. So these are some heavy hitters, y'all. So if y'all want to know,
she was the first sister to buy multiple hotels, and she also has a conglomerate where she helps other individuals get the money together to fund their hotels too. So that is going to be the really cool thing, that it's going to be in an intimate environment. We only have a few tickets left, so don't sleep on this, guys. If you really want to be in the room, because when you're in the room, you get the opportunity to ask your questions. And this is not one of those summits or the conferences that you go to and everything is a panel. Like, There is no panels. You're going to hear directly from each speaker. You're going to have the opportunity to ask each speaker a question. So come and get the information, because the information can change your financial situation. So everything has been taken care of. Your lunch is going to be provided. You're going to be in a great atmosphere. You're going to meet other wealth builders that you'll be able to talk to when the conference is over with, that you can form partnerships and relationships with. I mean, a lot of the speakers that are on this summit that is as a result of people that I met when I visited and attended other conferences, and I had a chance to talk to them and form relationships with them. And now here they are. We're doing relationship capital right now, which is way
Right.
more important and way more valuable than money. And here now, because we formed those relationships, now we are able to help each other, do those kind of things as well. So it's important for you to get in the room. I cannot stress that enough, because that is where all of the ideas you can hear. That's where the people that you can be able to meet and form new relationships with, that you can do things in the future with. That might be your next travel buddy you might meet at this conference. That might be your next business partner that you meet at the conference. That could be the next person that you shoot some ideas off of, that you meet because you met that person at the conference. So you got to be in the room,
You can even
because
meet your husband in the conference.
I was going to even say that, but I wasn't going to go there because I didn't know who the audience was. But yes,
Listen,
you can meet your husband or
I
your
have some
wife at the
single
conference.
women in here. I have some single women in here. So yes. So yeah. So get in the room, get in the room, get in the room. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Jeff, for your time. And again, y'all have a beautiful Thursday night. Come back next week, same time, same place. Show up, show up. And again, thank you. And Jeff, I know you're gonna kill it at the you present tomorrow at Ryan's tour,
Yes,
right?
I
Okay.
can't wait. I can't wait. They're gonna be in something. They're gonna be in for something special. That's all I'm gonna
Yes.
say.
Yes, yes. Amazing. Okay. Good night, beautiful people. Until next time. Bye.
Have a good night.